Yo, what's going on, boys? Sekapoko here, bringing you another One Piece Treasure Cruise video, going over One Piece Treasure Cruise news. For now, we're going to be going over 3 different sections. The first section is going to be the new Virgo raid, then we're going to go over the new Magellan Sugo Fest and the new Magellan character stats and all what it does. And then lastly, we're going to go over the new swimsuit raids that are coming out. So first off, we're going to have the new raid Virgo. It's going to be coming out tomorrow night. Today is the 26th, tomorrow's the 27th, so for most people in Japan, that'll be the 28th, so it'll be 28th, and I will be streaming this tomorrow night when the raid drops out, and it's going to be a 40 stamina raid. The Virgo is actually kind of an interesting character. He's a striker captain that boosts his attack of strikers by 2.5 and reduces damage received by 10%. Now, actually, at a glance, I was really disappointed at this unit, and then I thought back and I was like, wait, I really don't have that many striker captains, and this would actually be a welcome addition to my team. So, the only other striker captain that I was using for a long time was Coliseum Killer, because I just didn't have anything else. I pulled the rare recruit kid, and he just wasn't as good. So I was just like, well, need something else in the middle. So it's really nice to have somebody else that you can use that does do something different, and that is nice. The other thing that he does is special. He actually will do 50 times dex attack, and it's unclear if it's going to be AOE for single target. That information was not released on Reddit or not translated properly. We're not really sure if it's going to be AOE or single target. And it's also going to boost the orbs of strikers for 1 turn, and it's also going to reduce damage by 50%. Now, the orb boost looks like it's going to be a 1.75 orb boost, not a 2 times. So that part is a little, but you know, who knows what's going to be. We're looking at it like somewhere between a 15 to 17 tier max on him, and it looks like it's going to be a pretty decent unit. Definitely a really good unit for a 40 stamina. This is all what I've heard from Reddit, so I'm not 100% sure if it's going to be 40 stamina, but from what I'm hearing, we'll see it tomorrow, and we'll see if it's going to be 40 stamina. Next bit of news, we're going to go over the brand new Legend Magellan Sugo. Now, in this, we're going to have a lot of different new stuff, which is really cool. There's a whole new batch coming out, and the new batch is actually really, really good. Starting off with we'll go over what's going on the Magellan Sugo, so you can actually see what units are being available. On the first multi-pull or above, you're guaranteed 4-star or above, so it looks like it's going to be gold only, which is really kind of interesting. We haven't had a gold only Sugo for all the pulls for a while, and it looks like we're going to be getting one for this one. Now, on your only fighter cerebral shooter legends are available, which is also very cool, because there are a lot of fighter cerebral shooter legends, and honestly, that's good for me. I like that. On the multi-pulls on the 11th will be guaranteed 4-star or above, and Magellan is boosted on the last poster. Now, that part's kind of On the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th multi, the 11th will be guaranteed one of the new characters of the batch. So your first multi is kind of meh. Second multi is going to be guaranteed new unit. It's either going to be Magellan or one of the new units. And the 5th multi is going to be a guaranteed red poster. Now, Magellan is the new legend coming out, and Magellan's a really interesting character, and no one does what he does in the game except for Raid Magellan that does something similar, but not nearly as cool. Now, other things that are coming out, we're going to have Coliseum, some uses are boosted on the new Inarashi Coliseum. So if you're going to be doing the Inarashi Coliseum with any of the new character batch, they're going to have their HP, attack, and recovery boosted just like normal, and they're actually going to have their special cooldown reduced by 6 turns at the start of the fight, just to make it easier so you can actually use those new characters from the new batch right away in the most difficult content. So that's very, very cool. The legends that are available on this new Sugo are going to be Magellan, TS Luffy, Log Luffy, Jinbei, Marco, Rob Lucci, Sanji, Rayleigh, Hancock, Sengoku, Corazon, Doflamingo, Stronghold Shanks, Inarashi, Sir Crocodile, God Elm, God Usopp, Stronghold Ace, Sportsman no Kuzan, Buggy, and Hody Jones. That is a very large legend pool, just saying. There are a lot of legends that are either one of fighter, cerebral, and shooters. So if you're looking for any one of those legends, it is a decent Sugo to pull on. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to do a pull on this banner, but the new rate of units are very, very good. Now, the new units are going to be 4 new units besides Magellan. So it's 5 units, I guess. The first one is going to be Mr. Tubon Clay. Second one's going to be Hannibal. Third is going to be Ippoldant Ivankov. Then it's going to be Jinbei, and then finally it's going to be Magellan. There's other rate-ups on this banner that are okay, and some of which you kind of want to get, like T.S. Elizabeth would be really, really nice. Manshare would also be really nice for a lot of accounts, so definitely want to, if you're looking for one of those 2 units, I would pull on this banner. The rest of them are kind of eh. T.S. Perona is kind of good. A lot of people like her, but I've yet to find a situation where I really needed T.S. Perona because I was able to just use Blackbeard instead. Now, for the new characters, we have the information on the screen. For Dex Magellan, it's going to be a really kind of annoying captain ability where you have to bring one of every color. Now, a lot of people don't like Raid Frankie because Raid Frankie has that same mechanic where you have to have one of every color as your captain. And a lot of people were a little bit turned off by that, and they didn't really like using Raid Frankie because you had to use one of every color. And then you had to use Striker, Shooter, Fighter, Slasher, which is like, what? So you do all these other things. Now, Legend Magellan is going to have a 2.25 attack boost, which is super low for a Legend. And then his HP is boosted by 1.5. But at the end of every turn, he's going to cut the HP of all enemies by 15%. And with Fuji, that stacks. So I'm hoping with Magellan it does stack. So that'd be really nice to see Magellan double HP cutting people for 15% every single turn. That would be very, very strong. His special is a Toxic, just like the Raid Magellan, except it's going to tick a lot faster. It starts at minimum 50 times attack and then maximum 2 million damage. And for 3 turns, it's going to heal 13 times recovery at the end of every turn. And it's on a 19 turn cooldown. It probably maxes a little bit faster than that, otherwise it'd be really annoying to use. So I'm assuming it starts at 19 and then it goes down from there. Now, Magellan, I believe, is a Striker Shooter. Let me just double check that. I'm pretty sure he is Striker Shooter. He is... yeah, Striker Shooter. And all this information is on the Reddit. I'll have a link down below, so you'll be able to check this out and read all this later. I actually kind of like the new Legend Magellan. I'm not like a big fan because I don't really need him that much. But with the new Inarashi Coliseum, I actually did an Anno special against Inarashi and hit him for 1 damage. That armor value is super duper high. So there is going to be content looking out in the future that will probably necessitate having this Legend Magellan or some kind of Raid Magellan in the mix as well. Next is going to be Sai Jinbei. And Sai Jinbei is basically just an upgraded version of the original Jinbei. He's a 2.5 fighter captain with a 1.3 HP, and then his special reduces the chain multiplier and chain lock by 3 turns, which I think is super lackluster, and I don't really like that part about it. And for 2 turns, he's going to add 0.3 to the chain multiplier, which is okay. His Sailor ability increases the attack of fighter characters by 75, which is kind of good, but the rest of the unit I'm not a big fan of. Quick Ivankov is a free spirit captain where he's going to boost by 3 free spirit 2.5 and a heal for a small amount at the end of every turn. Not really sure what the amount is. It might probably get a percentage based on recovery. So, not percentage, but a number based on recovery. So hopefully it's going to be okay there. And hopefully it's not just a fixed number. For specials, station number 1 is going to randomize orbs. That's kind of cool. On a 9-turn cooldown starting. I mean, that's a really good unit to have with Lucci if it was Powerhouse, but it's not. So that's unfortunate. It's going to change block orbs into matching orbs on stage 2, which is really good, and starts at 12 turns. And stage 3 is going to change badly matching orbs into matching orbs, and as well as block orbs into matching. So that's pretty nice. I think that Ivankov is one of the best units in the batch. It's really hard to find badly matching and block orb characters in the same unit. I think that you'd have to use 2 different units if you were really trying to find that. So that's very, very cool. Next is going to be Int Hannibal. Int Hannibal is definitely geared toward using it with the new Legend Magellan. So he's a 2.5 Int captain and heal a small amount every turn, which is better than most Int captains, so that's okay. And for special, he's going to reduce the damage of everybody by 50%. But for 2 turns, in addition to that, he is going to boost attack against toxic enemies by 1.75. So he's obviously a perfect subunit for the new Legend Magellan. So if you are pulling Legend Magellan, Int Hannibal is a really great unit. And this is the highest conditional boost in the game right now, a 1.75 boost to Toxic, and it's for 2 turns, which is very, very cool. So just know that the new Int Hannibal coupled with Int Magellan is very, very strong. Next will be Strength Bomb Clay. Basically, Strength Bomb Clay is going to be a 2.5 strength character booster, and it boosts the attack of strength characters by additional 1.25 after hitting 3 consecutive purpose, making it 3.125. Not the best, but better than 5+ Luffy by a little bit. And he's going to remove the all positive buffs routine, which is the only thing in the game besides Cavendish that removes positive buffs for Legend Cavendish. And that's actually very, very good as far as the unit goes. And he's going to protect from defeat as long as you're above a certain percentage of HP. I'm not sure what that percentage is, but that actually is very, very strong as well. So I'd say that Hannibal is one of the strongest units of the batch if you're pulling it for Magellan. And if you're looking for the strongest 2 units of the batch, I would say Ivankov, Quick Ivankov now, the new Quick Ivankov, and Bonclay are definitely the strongest units of the batch. Next, we'll be going over the new time skip Nami and time skip Robin swimsuit island. Now the summertime island is going to have chopper missions available with it, and they're going to be available on 2x stamina with 2x drop. And they're going to start on the 31st through the 7th, and the 7th through the 14th, depending for the Robin, and then the Nami then Robin, and then they're both going to be available from the 14th to the 28th. Now the swimsuit characters again are not going to have great stats, but they do have interesting specials. They are mainly there for the plot. So if you're trying to get that for the plot, that is what I would definitely go for on those guys. But I would say they're mainly for plot and sockets. So I definitely need some Robin sockets. I kind of need some Nami sockets. So if you do need Robin sockets because of you got the new Robin, definitely consider farming this one. It is an easy way to get them sockets. Well, that's going to conclude this version of the One Piece Treasure Cruise news. I am Sekapoko, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you did like the video, please hit the like and subscribe button down below, and have a great rest of your day. Peace.